In how is it going, everyone? Welcome to Strikers 1945 2. Been a while since I played a shoot 'em up on stream, so figure that it was about time. So yeah, I wanna do score attack, which is supposed to be the same as normal mode, just that this one also counts for a global leaderboard. So yeah, what I wanna do. Something that I haven't been able to achieve before though. I want going clear of this game on normal difficulty. But I practice a little bit. I should be fine. Maybe. I did practice. I didn't get anyone going clear off the stream or anything like that, so I don't know still how possible this might be, but might as well give it a try. So have no idea as always if the volume is too loud or not. Very hard for me to tell. Mostly, I mean, something that you start realizing when you play a lot of games is that they really like making the sound effects loud. Even if the music itself is not loud. I certainly don't mind making the sound effects super loud. Well, I think this one might have an actual volume slider. I could do that. Just that in a game like this, the sound effects are good to time certain dodges. Usually. It might actually be a little bit loud. I guess on the next run I'm gonna decrease the volume a little bit. It might be even a little bit loud to me as well. Unless I get the one going clear on this first run. Will be nice. And it's definitely possible. Just very unlikely, but clearly possible. Which one of these was the hard mission that was always a pain to get as one of the last ones. Might have been this one, but I don't know. One of these. In places like that, I think bombing is the best you can do. I think that this was one of the hard ones that you definitely did not want to have as a later stage. You know, to mention, wasn't the boss also quite hard here? I feel like it was. Like, didn't this guy have like a full screen that's dead? Didn't it? Like a full screen attack, but when he gets weaker. Yeah, that one. Well, he didn't manage to do it. But... yeah, I gotta also get used to bombing, because in situations like that, there is no reason not to. The thing about practicing this game, well, if you use this board doesn't have any sort of practice mode or anything like that. So the best thing you can do is do something like just go into normal play with infinite continues and repeat a stage until you can beat it without bombing. So by doing stuff like that, you get quite used to not bombing, and when you do a real run, that kinda, it doesn't work that way. You gotta use the bombs, not waste them. It's fine. Let this be a warm-up. The most annoying thing about dying is how hard it is to get back to full power. Sometimes you can basically spend a whole stage without being full power. Just like that. Those are some extremely fast bullets. Still not dead. Oh, there you go. Took you a while. I feel that if I manage to bomb properly, I can get quite far. Well, my PB in score attack is supposed to be all the way till the final stage, so getting far is not gonna be particularly surprising. It's winning what will be particularly surprising. I have a lot of times you get more bombs than you get power items. Ooh, that almost hit me. Actually, that thing doesn't seem that easy to dodge simply by moving to the side. Oh, I got the extra life force score. Nice. That pattern is not worth dodging. Don't bother with it. And neither is this one that comes here. Those... Usually when you see me bombing something in these late stages, it's fully deliberate. It's not a reaction. It tends to be, I know I'm gonna bomb there. You know? I really feel that at this rate. I don't want a Shinsu, but this shouldn't really take that many attempts, considering that even after an awful start, I can still get this far. Probably will take less than expected, probably. Oh, that wasn't a hard one to dodge. Just move slightly to the side and that's it. And now, being low on power is quite bad. I think that I should be able to beat this boss though. Well, this boss, I mean the boss of this stage, that isn't really this one here. It's like, well, it's like the first phase. And this is where the problem starts. I think I'm just gonna bomb this pattern. It's a very hard pattern to deal with. Yeah, you can dodge it, but why would you? That one you can also dodge it. A lot of these are simply not worth dodging. And then the final stage. Well, obviously with no resources I'm not gonna go anywhere, but it wasn't a bad run considering how absolutely awful the lack of bombs were, so it's whatever. I will use the opportunity to decrease the volume though. Well, both for me and for the stream a little bit. It's the sound effects that like being loud. Alright. Let's try that again. Yeah, this time hopefully bombing. The thing about the first stages is that you do want to bomb them as much as possible on reaction. You don't really have... Well, I guess in certain stages there are parts where you can just say, yeah, I'm gonna bomb this, but since depending on the run, each one of the first 4 stages can have a very different difficulty. It's hard to plan ahead. So you're mostly relying on bombing on reaction more than anything else. Bombing on reaction. In a game like this that has no bomb immunity and, well, obviously no dead bombing either, not particularly easy. It's a lot better to plan your bombs. Well, that applies to essentially any Psikyo game, really. You want to plan your bombs because doing it on reaction is very hard, without a doubt. can destroy this guy so fast that he cannot even do that full screen attack. Also true that Saikyo was never really known for the visibility of the bullets either, so that also is a problem when it comes to reacting to bombs or reacting with bombs. It's not like the opponent can bomb. Would be messed up if they could. It's stage 3 and 4, the ones that tend to be very unpredictable. I think though the ironic thing of having a port like this is the Steam port. And if you really want to like beat the game on the 2 loops it has, which is something that is extremely hard to do, but hey, you could try doing that, you could practice for it. But if you want to do that, you cannot do it in this port, because this port operates in arcade logic. So you get to the second loop, and even if you have an infinite amount of continues set up, you cannot continue. So you effectively cannot practice the second loop properly, so if you wanted to practice that, you will have to use an arcade emulator. It's the only way. So otherwise you basically will have to beat the game every single time just to get a shot at practicing the second loop. Well, yeah, that's how it's used to be done in the arcades, but you will expect that at least a PC port will give you more tools. But no, it doesn't. Doesn't give you that many tools. I think the order of the stages here is very good. The hardest stages showed up first, and then the easiest ones are showing up last. Even a relatively easy stage can be very hard if it's the fourth one. Oh yeah, this boss has some fucked up bullet density on stage 4, doesn't it? Not at the beginning, but later on, I think. I went here. I don't think it's about the bullet density, but it's rather about the fact that you need to react to some very quick bullets. I cornered myself right there. That was a very unnecessary bomb, but pretty sure I was gonna die. It's what happens when you corner yourself. That was 100% my fault. Oof, that was close too. And then this boss. You can hang on a lot without bombing this guy, but yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Not with bombs on stock, at least. Okay. He even drops you a bomb for you to use on the second phase. Ah, that sucks, damn it. Died at the same time that I bombed. Should have bombed earlier, yeah. Just that was such a random bullet as well. It was a completely lone bullet that I think wasn't part of a pattern at all. Like, it just happened to be there. We got the extra life. That's something at least. Ooh. Some of those enemies that remain alive for a long time ended up being a problem. This is still so... What the hell? Oh, you can loop like that then. This guy is doing magic tricks. That's supposed to be the same turret. So otherwise it wouldn't have the same amount of health remaining, right? It's pretty funny. Well, not like this game is meant to be realistic by any means, but it's just pretty funny to see that thing just warping space casually. Yeah, that attack is very hard to dodge properly. So essentially, in terms of wasted resources, there were only 2 bombs. Maybe you can say 3. It's the bomb that... Like, I die at the same time that I bomb. I don't know if saying 3 will be accurate or not. Probably not very accurate. At least the good thing is that that's what happens for Tolkien. I was about to say of the 2 mid bosses that again show up here, this one is the easy one. And I then got killed. That's pretty cool. Pretty nice even. It is what it is. I just don't know what my score PV currently is to, you know, set an objective. I mean, the objective is obviously 1 coin clearing, but if that's not possible, it would be nice to have a score to reach. That's what I get for trying to dodge that. So for some reason, I saw my bomb count and I saw 2, and for some reason I really didn't associate that with use your bomb. Like, I associated with keep your bombs instead for some weird reason. My bad. Sometimes even knowing how many resources you have is not enough if your brain doesn't feel like collaborating, you know? Sometimes your brain can be a little bit of a traitor. Damn it. Didn't think that was gonna hit me. So hold up, what's my current score in the online ranking? Wait, really? 1,000,000? Holy shit. How did I get to 1,000,000? Well, you cannot see it because my camera is blocking it. It's right there. 1,102,000. So I pretty much got extremely close to one coin clearing. I gotta assume. Okay. Essentially, nothing short of a one coin clear will be a PB here. I also think that I probably paid more attention to the gold pieces, because the gold pieces give you more points when they are shining. When you pick them up in the frame that they are shining. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it's the way it works. Not the first time in a Psycho game that's the case. They like doing shit like that. It's not like they are the only ones doing it. Pretty sure that Dodonpachi does it too. Just probably in a less messed up way. Hey, as if picking up the item was not hard enough already, you know? Hey Sunshine, how is it going? I'm doing well. Trying to beat this game without continues. I think that I should be able to do it, but it will take some attempts. Will take a couple of attempts. That's fine by me. Got some crazy dodging skills things. This is nothing compared to the real crazy guys that play shoot 'em ups daily. Some people are built differently. But you know, I guess in this game dodging skills are not as important as memory. Actually reacting to the things that happen in this game is a little bit hard. So you usually should depend mostly on memory. Like, unlike games like Touhou, RNG is not that big in games like this. It's still a factor, but it's not that big of a factor. Mostly just knowing exactly what to do, when to do it. So in that regard, it's less about the reaction and more about the memory. That's how it usually is for the games developed by this company, Saikyo. You gotta remember the stages, remember the bosses, remember the attacks, because reacting to them, it's not that easy. For two reasons. First of all is that bullets tend to be quite fast on average. That already makes reacting hard, but the hitbox of your plane is very big as well, which means that the chances of getting hit by a bullet are gonna be higher. Since, well, obviously, the bigger you are, the more often that a bullet is gonna hit you. So with things like that, in a situation like that, relying on reactions is not very feasible. It's not impossible, mind you, but yeah, have to be a real Saikyo, I guess, to be able to do that. Yeah, it's more about knowing. Wait a second. I'm not full power? Wait, why am I not full power? I mean, I didn't die. And I'm already on the 4th stage. Shouldn't I be full power by now? I'm pretty sure I'm not full power. Or maybe you only get full power after this stage and I'm making shit up. Well, now I'm full power. Yeah, that is full power at least. I'm very tempted to dodge this pattern because it's very doable, even on stage 4, but I feel like I'm gonna regret it. Well, I dodged that. Not sure this one though. Okay, that works. That might not work though. Bullets are getting a little bit too close. Because this guy doesn't always shoot bullets. He shoots little enemies that shoot bullets. And the enemies constantly approach you, so at some point you have an enemy right in front of you shooting some stuff that you are hardly gonna dodge if you let the enemy get that close to you. Okay. Oof. Close. I'm bombing this. I'm 100% bombing that. Okay. And I'm probably gonna bomb this as well, since last time I got hit here. I might as well do it. Got him. Okay. Not a bad run so far, but a lot of things can go wrong. Probably not on this stage, but definitely on the next stage. 7th stage is usually when stuff gets quite messy. Ah, I died there with a bomb on stock. That's a shame. The thing about these planes is that you want to down them as soon as possible. If you let them live a lot, that's what happens. Okay. Got him. Here, no hands. Well, the hand that shoots is required, but not the other one. Okay. That's what I say when I say that this game mostly relies on memory than reactions. If you don't know that you're supposed to stay still there, your reactions are most likely not gonna save you. So yeah, in this game, memory beats hard reactions without a doubt. Alright, so 2 lives and a bomb, not bad, will be better though. Actually spawning the other sub-weapon there is a little bit of a waste. Okay. Well, at least I die without bombs on stock, but I really cannot play while having 0 bombs apparently. It's like I have to die like as soon as I get 0 bombs or earlier. I cannot just play without bombs, is what the game is trying to tell me. Okay. And I'm gonna bomb this pattern. We already saw in 2 runs that you don't wanna challenge this pattern. You definitely don't wanna challenge that. So don't bother. Well, and you don't wanna challenge this one either. You know. In fact, I'm not even sure how you're intended to dodge that one. Like, those are aim bullets, but I'm not sure what the general idea is about them. I corner myself, that's a shame. It's okay. Could also use the bomb here, honestly. Might as well. Okay, I think that's No, that's still not a PB. Close, but not quite. Alright. I always forget how that attack. I knew exactly what to do and I didn't do it. You're supposed to move to the side early. I even when I practice, I just forget about that. It's very hard to properly remember. But unfortunately, I'm most likely. Unfortunately, no. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm almost dead here. Ah, that was so close. Damn it. Well, that's the closest it's gonna get without being a one coin clear. Where did this take me on the rankings? 50. Nice. But yeah. Not quite. Gotta do a little bit better. It's a shame because I pretty much had it there. It was just a matter of... like that last... part that I died to, it was moving a little bit more to the right and that was it. Oh well, gotta try again. But yeah. Basically just a couple more attempts and it should happen. The main problem there was not remembering the attack after the claw attack. That was the biggest mistake. And I'm probably gonna forget about it again, by the way. One of those attacks that you need to remember, no matter what. It didn't happen, unfortunately. So this is a bad thing, having this stage as the first one. Essentially the easiest of the first stages. Well, the easiest stage in the game, really. Having it as the first one is bad. But whatever. We're gonna play an easy stage in the easiest possible setting. So it's kind of a waste. Whatever. Basically, that's the biggest RNG thing about this game. The biggest RNG thing is the 4 stages are completely randomized in order. Aside from that, there is very little meaningful RNG in the game. And at least this one is not on stage 4, but this stage is absolutely painful. Almost every single gold I'm picking up at low score. is that when you see a stage like this, how essentially almost everything about the stage is hard. Not a single thing that makes it hard. It's pretty much everything. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should reset, but not a fan of doing it. Essentially, when something like this happens, I think the best idea is to simply try going no bomb until you eventually die. Because retrying well, restarting in games like this is very bad for your mental. And I mean, I do it sometimes, but it's very bad. You want to keep going, for sure. Just wanna keep going. Wow, I did not see that bullet at all. I mean, you realize that the bullets that kill me the most tend to be lonely bullets that are not attached to any pattern. Like bullets that exist for absolutely no reason. Those are the ones that mess me up the most. That's a shame. Alright. Let's actually try to get a real run this time. Will be nice. I think that after this, assuming I manage to get this one coin clear, I could try doing so in the sequel of this game. That will also require some practicing without a doubt. That's pretty close. I guess that pattern is dangerous regardless of which number stage this is. I almost got killed by it, and that was stage 1, so the danger is always there. Like after that previous run that I got to the very last pattern of the game, if I don't manage to one go and clear this today, it will be pretty sad. That's as close as it can get without actually clearing. Because after that you tell me that I still cannot clear, it's like it's almost a mental block rather than a skill one. Yeah, the start of this pattern is just very rough. Since you already have bullets on the sprint, when these turrets come, it's just very hard. Okay. Last time I got a kill here, right? And it was the same stage, like it was on stage 3. It didn't happen this time, but I should have the bomb ready for this guy. Hey, maybe that was a little bit excessive. He was out to die there anyways, but guess better safe than sorry. Yeah, that full screen pattern, I think that it's always very, very scary to dodge, no matter what. Yeah, I don't wanna dodge that on the stage 4 variant. No, thank you. Okay. So far this is a very good run. Only 2 bombs were used, right? I think. But for the time being. So those tanks are quite dangerous as well. It's only 1 bullet and it's aim at you straight, but it's very easy to get hit by that, especially if you're trying to dodge unrelated attacks, and you most likely are. Okay. Okay. It's a very clean run so far. So in the previous run that got far, the issue started around here. Like after this, when the big planes start appearing, what essentially happened is that one of them killed me. As simple as that. One of these guys. Is salmon bombing. Give myself a little bit of breathing space. Okay. Not bad. You can get a bomb here. I fucked that up so badly. I wanted to... Oh, that's so fast. Alright, so there you can see what happens when you're essentially at max rank. Those bullets were not that fast on the previous run. That's because by now I had already died. Since I hadn't died until I got here, the bullets from that cannon become undodgeable. Pretty funny, I gotta say. It is what happens. Wish that in these games rank was something visible, something that was shown in the UI. Since ranking itself is an arcade scam, I don't think they will be very happy to show it, but at least it would be nice if the port showed it the same way that they do it in the Battle Garega port. They should show the rank there. They don't show it here. They are afraid. Well, no, it's not about being afraid. It's about being lazy. That's what it is about. It's a lazy port. Oh, and I don't like this guy. I don't even know how to dodge this guy. Oh, I don't have bombs, so I kinda have to dodge him. Alright, well that went well. Can't complain about that. I didn't realize I had no bombs, because as you saw in the previous run, the occurrence of not having bombs and not being dead are very rare. Doesn't tend to happen to me. So here we basically gotta go full commando. You get a bomb here for free. I already know where I'm gonna use the bomb though, that's for sure. There is zero doubt about that. Hey, come on. Start shooting. Okay. Okay, you can dodge that like that. That's the first time I actually dodged that without bombing. Well, if you can even call it dodging when you are bombing. It would have been better to not waste the sub-weapon attack there. Because now I'm gonna be missing it at the beginning of this stage. Oof. Very fast bullets. Got him. Okay, now I don't want to imagine, since I will think that at this point their rank will be pretty high. I want to imagine how fast these patterns are gonna be. Probably very. Yeah, that one was pretty fast. A shame because he was almost dead. Almost is not the same thing as dead. But yeah, tough luck. It happens. I mean, at least by dying there, this guy is not gonna be harder for the time being. Okay, this time I remember that. Oh, that pattern is hard to do. There. Okay. We should be fine here. I don't want a Shinsu, but we should be more than fine. Damn, I even managed to dodge that, yeah. Not the second one, though. Alright. I shouldn't have bombed there, but I got it. There you go. That's the one going clear. Oh, and I got the achievement for that. Watch the ending without continuing in normal mode. Nice. Well, at least that's that. I knew I was gonna get this today, but it's one of those things that you never know how easily. Also, I'm surprised that time... I don't get gold for time. I feel like I beat the stages quite fast. Unless you cannot get a gold medal for time. So how much can I survive on the second loop? Probably not a lot, but... anything to get more score for the leaderboard, right? We're gonna climb that leaderboard, even if it's just a couple spaces and not more. Hey, how much did that send me in the leaderboard? We're on 44, that's pretty cool. Right there, with a 1 coin clear. There are a couple guys that have, well, like this Dubai guy, has better score despite not being a 1 coin clear, and then this guy land view, but then everything else above, well, and that guy, and probably another one that I remember seeing, yeah, there. Mostly the other ones just go to the second loop, so hey. Well, that's the normal 1 coin clear of this game, so hey, good stuff. So I guess I'm gonna go to the sequel now. Might as well, it's the most fitting thing, right? Isn't it? So for the sequel, unfortunately the issue with the sequel is that I will have to configure the buttons, which is not very easy because you gotta do it with a Steam input. Well, it's easy to do, it just takes a little bit. Well, the title is the same, it's just that I add an additional 1 to the title. Oh, actually, I don't even have this game installed. It's less than 1 gigabyte, so it's not like it's gonna be that hard to do. Where is it? Strikers. It's with S here. Okay. Actually, it's less than 100 megabytes. It's 90 megabytes installing it. Well, it's already installed. I say that I'm gonna install it and it's already there. It's to be expected. If it took any longer, I'm afraid that will be that my internet is absolute shit tier. But thankfully it isn't. Alright, so I have to capture the game right there. Will be, there you go. Okay. So first of all, does this thing even remember my save? I wonder. I think it should, but what if it... No, it... Well, hold up. It might remember my save, I don't know, but I need to change the Steam input, because I cannot even start the game without it. So, Steam input... How do you even map it here? Properties? Enable Steam input? Yeah, but that... I mean, since there is no... I don't know how you do this, actually, not having a... Oh, I press something. Okay, hold up. This might be easier than I thought, actually. No, display... Damn it. How do I... Promise that my controls are completely fucked right now. Controller settings. Okay, so... Well, what button is which is the question. I have no clue. This does remember my buttons, because I remember when I used controller, it looked like that. Alright, so that's default. Okay, and default seems to work fine. Or does it? Maybe it doesn't. No, because that's not a set. Eds is still a set for some weird reason. I don't really care about that. Yeah, that's throwing me off so much. Okay, hold up. So... Wait, is select? Is? No. I actually don't get it, which one. Let's put everything on auto shot, I mean. Early... No, but I think it's how it works by default. Like, there's not much you can do there. Like, you have to press X no matter what. Unless it's that one too. Like, it's the shot button, the one that matters. If I were to do something like... But the problem is that I would want this to be... No, that doesn't work either. Damn it. Why do you have to have the assign to be like this? Okay, go back to default. Yeah, I'm sure. Then go back, and then... Well, might as well check like this. You know, see, that's bomb, as expected. This is auto shot, the secondary button. Then... I think the other one, which one it is. Alright, hold up. I don't know how I'm gonna make this work. It's like trying to make this work will be harder than just playing the game. Well, according to the previous game I had... Didn't I have these exact same mappings? Bomb shot... Auto shot bomb, yeah, like this. So why did it work on that one and not on this one? Maybe, I think that this probably doesn't do anything. I'm not sure where you would want to go to change it, because I don't think Steam Input cares about that. Yeah, I'm not sure what sort of magic I did, unless I disable Steam input. I don't think that's gonna make it better. It seems that the controller options are the same no matter what. That's a problem, because without this it's gonna be impossible to to play, basically. I'm gonna try doing this, but I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Fortunately, like, the buttons are perfectly on reverse. Oh wait, that worked. Okay, that does work. Now the only question is what's supposed to be shift. So I know this game has an additional attack, but hard to tell which button it's gonna be. Because shift right now doesn't do anything. But we can activate every button and maybe one of them is gonna do something. Game settings, no, not the game settings, controller. So every other button gonna make it short. I mean, one of them has to be shift, right? I wanna believe. That looks pretty funny though. Or maybe none of them is shift actually. But what other button could it be? A? Oh, A, okay. But yeah, but I don't want A, I want shift. Damn it. I really wonder what sort of magic I did in the previous game. I feel like it had to do with Steam input. It's gonna take more time to figure that out than to start playing the damn game. To activate Steam input, without, doesn't seem like it matters if you don't have a gamepad. Like, probably you just need to connect a gamepad and that's it to make it work. But without connecting it, it's just gonna refuse to work. That's pretty dumb. Why would that be the case? Because it says that there is no controller connected. In it, I mean, I could go grab my controller and connect it, I guess. Alright, hold up. I'll be right back. No, I didn't mean to hide that. I mean to hide this. There you go. Alright, the controller should be connected, and ironically, by doing this, it's most likely, yeah, gonna let me enter and edit it, even if I'm using the keyboard. Why would you do that, Steam input? That looks so dumb, if you ask me. Basically, this one set it back to default, and then here, A has to be seed. So this one, I'm assuming you change it for seed. Then V, you change it for ETS. And then finally, short is Y. So that one is shift. Alright. That works, I guess, but it should. Maybe it won't. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really sure if it worked. I think it didn't. I think it completely ignored my thing, unless I have it disabled. No, I have it enabled. I don't think you need to restart though. That's weird. Let's just check. I have it wrong again. Come on. How is that possible? I have a feeling that this game does not let you have that sort of Steam input at all. Well, the problem is that if you're not gonna let me do that, this is gonna be unplayable by me. Very weird the way it operates. It's like Steam input is enable and not enable at the same time. Very, very weird. Well, I think I might need to reset the game actually. Well, I could do it. Why not? Let's do that real quick. Because maybe the game, if you don't start it... Oh, hold up. Oh, I just remember. Damn it. It's not about controller. It's a Japanese game, so it has a separated securable for the configuration. I can't believe that, dude. That's absolutely crazy. Okay, whatever. So A is seed, B is its, and Y is shift. Is shift even an option? I don't see it. Yeah, shift, left shift, there you go. Okay, that should be good enough. Yeah, it wasn't Steam input what I needed. Yeah, my bad. Well, in that case, get out of Steam input. I don't need it. Well, and then set it back to normal. Yeah. Default configuration. Okay. Can we actually start now and play, more importantly? Will be nice. Are you gonna capture the game? There you go. Okay. Hopefully this works. It seems that it does work. Japanese games trying to have a UI that doesn't suck balls. Very hard challenge. It's a classic. I don't know why they really like that tradition so much though. But they really love putting control configuration, even some other configuration like resolution and stuff like that. They just love putting it as a separated securable. What made them that way, I don't know. But it is what it is. That's the reason why every time that I'm out to stream a game that I haven't streamed in a while or that I haven't streamed before, I need to prepare beforehand precisely because of shit like this. You have no clue even the smallest things that you will think that they work by default. In reality, the amount of shit you have to do to actually make it work. Here it was mostly a matter of figuring it out, rather than it taking a long time or being hard, really. Okay. I don't remember this game very much, by the way. I remember that it was quite hard. And I was pretty far from even getting a normal clear. it? Why do I have hiccups? Don't be like this. You know, have hiccups when I play shoot 'em ups too. Require my body to be stiff. Shame that I brought out the controller for absolutely no reason. It is what it is. I also think I remember this game. Yeah, having the bosses with some weak points. That if you got close to them, you will like immediately deal a lot of damage or something like that. I think that the very ironic thing is that the game that I played before this one, like the previous game in the franchise, pretty sure that I played it with VSync on, which is something very bad, considering that I have a monitor that supports G-Sync, so essentially played like a nerfed version, well, or rather that I was nerfed. If anything, a buffer version of the game. This one, as I enter that configuration tool, I already saw that the VSync was enabled, so I just disable it. Not sure when's the best time to use that additional attack here. I also have no idea what my current PV in the leaderboards is. Like how far I managed to get, I don't know. Also here, it's a game that you can get a very crazy score chain if you manage to pick up a bunch of medals when they are on the right frame. It's absolutely absurd, to say the least, but it is the way it works. If you want a good score, you know what you gotta do. I don't think I wanna do that. Oh, I forgot to change the YouTube game, actually. Like, I changed the title, but not the game category. I don't think it matters that much, but I'll do it after this. Oh, I ran into that bullet casually. My bad. Yeah, I don't think trying to dodge this guy is a good idea. Trying to dodge him normally. doesn't seem like it works very well. I don't know why in this game most of the enemies insist to look like insects. They try to copy Dodonpachi a little bit too much, or what? Oh, not even. Like, the only insects in Dodonpachi are essentially the final boss. Well, and the score items, but the regular bosses don't tend to be insects. The extra life is at the same score of the previous game, right? It's 100,000, I think. We won't be able to see it in that run. But wait, what's my current PV in the leaderboard? 108? I reached the 7th stage. There are a lot of good scores here. Well, more importantly, a lot of one-coin clears. Seems that even more than the previous game, surprisingly. I thought the previous game was more popular, but maybe it's also harder. But no, this one is definitely harder. Alright, hold on, let me change the category. Just adding this one. Well, in YouTube it says Strikers 1999. That's the Japanese name of the game. But it's the same shit. Alright. Let's try again. There's essentially no reason to not pick the broken hidden machine here, basically. You don't have a reason to do that. Really, dude. You can see that the patterns are messed up even at the very beginning. Like, they are not a show whatsoever at any point. There is an achievement for getting a high chain. Is that paying more attention to the chain than the enemies and the bullets doesn't seem like the smartest idea. Oof, was pretty close. So if you don't use the gauge attack, it takes a very long time to down these guys. Not easy at all. Like I'm hearing some weird sounds, as if my PC was overworking because of this game. That cannot be the case, right? Unless it comes from the outside. Definitely feels like it comes from here though. I'm pretty sure this shot is more useful if you manage to shotgun the enemy. Or getting close to any of these enemies is a suicide in itself. Not recommended at all. The bullet density here is absolutely insane. Really is. I mean, it's mostly what I remember about this game, being extremely chaotic and just very hard to beat all together. Keep in mind that the only one coin clear I have on this game is on easy difficulty, and that's it. Have it in any other difficulty aside from that. And differently from the previous game, this game only has 4 difficulties. So anything harder than easy is normal, and that's this difficulty. And this is already quite hard, you know. That big plane is a problem. Probably have to just use my meter on him no matter what. fact, in comparison, these planes are nothing. Oh, what the hell? Well, that was interesting. I was a sprite bug because I started shooting when he was there. Nice. That was pretty funny. Pretty interesting bug. Basically, the game doesn't expect you to be in that state at that point. And doesn't know what sprite to give you. Well, at least it fixes itself as soon as the next stage starts. So it will be pretty goofy if it remains like that for the for the remnant of the game. Well, not just goofy, it will be unplayable. I mean, goofy still, but also unplayable. That was pretty funny though. I think that discovering glitches is always pretty nice. That's absolutely crazy, dude. Unbelievable that you will do something like that. A bullet's that fast without a single warning. Yeah, that's what I remember this game having in comparison to the previous one. It would be nice if I could pick up the power items. Yeah, getting to stage 7 is gonna prove to be a problem. Oh, I should be able to do it. Question is how much further from stage 7 I can go. If the idea is one coin clearing, I need to be able to get further. Okay. That weird sound that I'm hearing is definitely not coming from the computer. It's coming from the outside most likely, but then it's like a constant, like a very weird sound. Well, it is a possibility that I'm actually going crazy, but I think I'm not. Probably. Well, to play games like this, you kinda have to be a little bit crazy in the first place. It definitely does not come from the computer. that I'm also realizing about this game is that it feels as if it was shorter than the previous one. Maybe it's just my imagination though. It feels like it definitely is shorter. So this is the... Oh no, it's not this one. It's the one that has trains. That has like that very hard stage start. Well, no, I mean boss start. Yeah, that's the one I gotta be careful with. This one is whatever. Really, dude? So to be fair, getting used to the patterns takes you know, whole new amount of practice that I don't have right now. With the previous game, as I mentioned before, I practiced it a lot by trying to play without bombs, and whenever I die in one stage, I will continue to the beginning of the stage and try to do it again until eventually I could beat it without bombs, you know? In general, the thing about this game is that the projectiles are a lot less reactable, it feels. As I say, it might just be a thing about my lack of memorization. Because I don't know these stages. Essentially reacting to them, and that's not what you wanna do. Hold on. I still cannot tell if it comes from the computer or not, the sound. Even like the computer is dying trying to process this game. That would be pretty funny. Because maybe if you disable VSync, it has unlocked a frame rate and it's trying to run the game at like 1,000 frames per second. Even though I obviously don't need that much, but it's not like you have a way to limit the frames in game, you know? A lot of these patterns are just straight up bombs. The only problem is that this planes bomb is very bad. I mean, at least you are fully immune during it, but oh, that was horrible. Hold up, I wanna check what other plane. I mean, they mostly use that, but the other one seems to be the... I see Super Hornet and Phantom in very small quantities, mind you. But yeah, I mean, I could try that. This is the Phantom. What is it about? That's a thing that is following me, but it's not doing anything. Oh, I guess now it shoots those things. If I'm not mistaken, the problem with this guy is that the bomb, and I think that's the case for the majority of shot types in this game, that the bomb doesn't really give you immunity whatsoever. Maybe I'm wrong. Also has a very weird secondary attack. I mean the gauge attack. The secondary attack are the missiles, but like the gauge attack is particularly easy to use. You also have to keep in mind that since it doesn't have auto aim like the other one, it's bound to have this issue of having a lot of enemies go right through you, because you're not killing them before they should be killed. Damage seems to be very, very lacking. I think I'm still not full power, but that's some very mediocre damage. I don't know if the secret ship is that much better. It did seem a lot better, but maybe I'm just wrong. At the same time, it's the kind of shot type that you have to make the missiles hit your objective, but the missiles don't go all the way across the screen. Unless you are close to your opponent, it's not gonna do shit. still haven't seen how the bomb looks like. Which might be the biggest deciding factor. Okay, at least you get iframes. Problem is that in terms of damage it's pretty much non-existent. But it's a bomb that you can use to not get a kill at the very least. There are a lot of bombs in this game, if I recall correctly, that you cannot even use them for that, you know? Like one of the only things that a bomb should do. Alright. Well, maybe we get some luck, but I doubt it. Especially because it's so overwhelming how many of the secret ships are used in this game in the leaderboards. At the same time, the bomb... I really don't know how much damage that can deal, though. Maybe it deals a good amount of damage, but considering how little it stays on the screen, I kinda doubt it. Wow. Couldn't even down that guy, god damn it. Ah, fuck you. Still not convinced how the damage. Maybe it's not that bad. But very hard to tell. Warning? The fuck you mean warning? Warning on what? Was that like a timeout? Like, if you don't do it fast enough, you should get killed? I guess if that's the case, that's the perfect proof that the damage on this thing is kinda dog shit. I know that I'm not full power, but... I mean, that's something that can and will happen often, that you're not gonna be full power. If that's not good enough, well, seems like a problem. Absolutely demolished. Alright. The other one was the Super Hornet, right? Supposed to be the first option. What does this thing have? Seems I already have 4 things following me and they are not doing anything. Alright. Oh, it's out time. Alright, well that's good. I feel like the weakness of this thing was that the bomb was shit. Or something like that. Because I do remember testing this same thing the last time I played this game, and I can guarantee you that there was no reason to use anything that wasn't the secret ship, well, plane. The same thing. Well, the gauge attack doesn't seem bad at all. It's like a very straightforward way to deal damage, and it also reaches all the way across the screen, so this might not be that bad of an idea, but I say that until I see the bomb and I probably realize why it's a bad idea. Just need to see the bomb. Nothing more, nothing less. Once we see the bomb, it's gonna be a whole different story. I mean, what most likely is the case is that it's one of those bombs without iframes, if I had to take a guess. It's just that even the secret, the plane, doesn't seem to be as broken as the one I used in the previous game, Ayate. That thing is absolutely busted. Extremely busted even. Okay, actually you do get iframes. From this side it seems to be targeted on the place that you currently are. Which means that if you bomb from the side, you will only damage the side where most likely nothing is gonna be. And well, it also has the same weakness that the secret plane has, which is that it doesn't go all the way to the top of the screen, so it's gonna miss a lot of bosses that purposely go to the top of the screen to avoid stuff like that, so at least for now it seems relatively comfortable to use this thing. It could also be that I just been getting very lucky with my dodges, you know. No, actually, I think that might not be related to the position of... Oh, it isn't. So it always goes to the middle of the screen. Well, that's a good thing. Well, a good and a bad thing, because there are some enemies that you're not gonna hit no matter what, but at the same time, if you bomb from the side of the screen, it will still hit most of the things that might be on the screen. I guess I can try making this thing work. It seems that what's most likely the issue is the lack of damage output, probably. If you do DPS test with the secret ship, it's probably gonna demolish this one and it's not gonna be even close. But since I'm not gonna do that, I don't know. Maybe it's not that far. The bomb essentially is static. You get iframes as soon as you use it, and then it targets the middle of the screen, and it also stays on the screen for quite a bit. Unlike the Phantom, where it's like an instant bomb that goes away super quickly, this one actually stays on the screen, kind of like the one on the secret ship, which is pretty nice. That's very messy dodging. Fuck. Seems that getting past the first 4 stages in this game is an absolute torture. In the previous game you could get away with a lot, but in this one not so much. Do what you can. This has to be the shortest stage in the game, isn't it? It really feels like it is. The issue is that this bomb, in terms of damage, it really feels like it doesn't deal shit. I mean, at least it fulfills the main purpose of a bomb, which is saving you, but the damage leaves a lot to be desired, especially obviously when you compare it to the previous game. But yeah. In the previous game, that shot type that I used is broken. Like, that shot type is so much better than every other shot type that it's not even close. In this one, the secret shot type, even though it's better, I don't think that the difference is that high. But I'm no pro, I wouldn't know. I don't think many people will call themselves pros of this game, you know. Yeah. You get the point. I have 2 bombs. Something worth remembering. Oh, this guy basically has an insta-give laser. That's pretty funny of you. Not like the previous game didn't have it. But yeah. At least it's only... It's in a pretty easy to remember place. Here it seems to be treated as just another attack. Well, that wasn't that bad. A shame that I still cannot get to the extra life though, because the extra life is pretty close. Hold up, what's my score? Well, you cannot see it because of my camera. It sits 174,000. Obviously at that point I already got the extra life. But I'm interested in using this plane. Doesn't seem that bad. Not to mention that you don't feel like a cheater for using the secret plane. Well, not like any of those guys on the leaderboards felt like cheaters either. mean, if the game allows it, the game allows it. That attack is obnoxious. Got him. I wasn't that bad of a chain. I ended up losing it. I really wonder how crazy the score can get with chains, but I don't know if it makes that big of a difference. I mean, probably if you keep a chain from the beginning to the end of the game, but I don't think this is one of those cases like Ikaruga where being able to chain essentially actually gives you decent score, while not being able to chain is like you weren't even playing the game for scoring, right? Ikaruga is a very particular game. Let's just say that. Very, very particular game. Take that. That was probably an unnecessary bomb. Could have dodged that myself. Oh, that's so nasty. There's also something in this game that is not immediately noticeable, but you can go all the way to the side of the screen to dodge. In the previous game, it's like you stop very early on the wall. Here it lets you go a lot further. This These dick-shaped bullets, dude, are very hard to dodge. I'm also out of resources, pretty nice. But not surprising considering that I die multiple times with bombs on stock, obviously. If anything, it's logical. These guys really take a long time going down if you don't use an additional attack. Oh, I just realized that for this one, I've been using the attack as something that I should summon and then like let the baton go, but in reality you can just hold it forever, but until you run out of meter, obviously. I didn't know it worked like that. I thought it was more similar to how it was with the Hayate in the previous game, but no. I think maybe that's what I didn't like about this plane, the fact that it didn't deal much damage for how much meter it consumed. Maybe that was the thing. I don't know, it's been a while. That attack is crazy. That attack is absolutely crazy. It's fine. I'm hopefully not dying with bombs on stock. Multiple times I was close to getting hit there. remember exactly which Saikyo shoot 'em ups I wasn't yet able to get a normal one going clear with. I think another one of them is supposed to be Gunbird 2. I don't think I did that one on normal. But that's also a very hard game. I think I remember getting normal in all of the Samurai Aces games, or well, Sengoku Blade, whatever you wanna call it. I think I got it in those. I can't remember if I got it in Dragon Blaze though. I have a feeling I didn't. I also don't remember, it's been a while, so I don't remember just how hard those games are. Really take a long time to go down, don't you? Look at them. All those missiles missing. Okay. That was a very well timed bomb. Was about to get hit. Here is where things start getting a little bit irrational, feels like. Got a little bit scared there. Nice. Those were some very good dodges. Then the thing that he does here, no, especially when he starts spinning, that's what you wanna bomb. That's very hard to dodge. So surprisingly, I managed to get to stage 5 without dying. It's nice. I don't think it's gonna last too long though, especially if this game, just like the previous one, has a rank system that makes the game harder. the more time that you go without dying. If that's the case, it most likely won't happen, or won't take too long. To have kept going left. At least that's the first time in the whole stream that in this game I don't die with bombs on stock. Pretty surprising. Oh, I don't have bombs. I was pressing bomb like a moron. There was no bomb to use. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna get to the extra life before dying. Much as it will be very nice. That's absolutely crazy. Guess I got another bomb out of that. I think that unless you manage to beat this boss, I don't think you're getting to 700,000 here. Ooh, that almost hit me. Also, the boss that is appearing here is always the same one. I'm being scammed. Well, in a way, I guess that's a good thing, because it means that you can just learn that boss and that's it, but the issue is that you ain't beating this one. It wasn't that far, I think, as one of them was out to go down, but it's whatever. Hold up, let me check something. I want to see if there is another process running in the background or what. It really feels that my computer is going crazy, but no, doesn't look like it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making that sound up in my mind. It's possible. Well, having used that thing quite a bit, I wanna go back to this one, see how it feels. What I think is that this ship is slightly faster than the previous one, but probably not by a lot. I would assume that in terms of damage it's better. At least on normal damage. I don't know about the secondary shot. Like, that laser that this thing has doesn't seem that damaging whatsoever. At least compared to how it could be. But maybe I'm also wrong on that one. If my idea is getting into the leaderboard, might not be able to. Yeah, like the damage of this laser seems to leave a lot to be desired, but it seems that at least the normal shot damage might be superior to the previous plane, which obviously makes this one a lot more convenient, since the majority of the time you're gonna be using the normal shot, obviously. I am full power right now at least. Okay. Damn it, dude. So many times that the guy has fucked me up in one way or another. And this time I did try to kill him as soon as I saw him, and it was still not enough. It didn't feel like being enough. So, something that I didn't check. I mean, I'm assuming it's nothing out of the ordinary, but what happens when you just leave the shot button pressed? You leave it pressed even when you run out of special power, so you auto shot still. And it did this again. Oh, it's because it happened again when I destroyed him. That's pretty funny. Happened in the exact same way. I guess that glitch is very easy to reproduce. I wonder if it happens with the other planes or if it's only with this one. I don't know. I think it might be a good idea to try to, at least against bosses, to have the shot button held down constantly until they eventually die. Well, until either you or they die. But whatever happens first, you know. In that case, I died. The problem is that this particular shot type, when he does that special shot, it changes the sprite, so sometimes it's hard to dodge, to see exactly where his hitbox is when he changes the sprite. That's the main issue that I have with it. Was an unnecessary one. You see, so for example there, was a little bit hard for me to determine exactly where my ship was, simply because it was on a completely different shape. So it wasn't that simple at all. I guess I'm gonna do like one more attempt and then I think I'm done for the day. At least I got the one coin clear I wanted to get on the previous game, so I think that with that I'm more than satisfied. And I wasn't expecting to get a one coin clear on this one. This game is way harder than the previous one. I actually need to practice it properly if I want to stand a chance at a one coin clear. I like how loud the destruction sound is. Really make sure you understand that they got destroyed, that there is no doubt about it. Man, really, dude? It was gonna be my last attempt, but not like that. Like, this is one of those games where getting hit by random shit is super easy. I mean, it's mostly the reason why I remember not trying too hard to do this. Because differently from the previous game where I more or less knew what could hit me and what couldn't, and in case there was a pattern that was too hard, I would choose bomb. Here it just feels like every pattern is potentially a killing pattern. So you cannot bomb in every single one of them. You don't have an unlimited supply of bombs. It doesn't work that way. wonder what happens if you destroy its two propellers before taking him down. Like, you don't, do you get a score bonus or something? What is it? I have no clue. Damn it, dude. And to be fair, that was my fault. Alright, this is gonna be the last try, even if I get killed by something random. No, actually I should say it like this. It's an attempt that is gonna go until I lose all my lives. So if I get killed by something random, that wouldn't make any difference, you know? Let's just do it like that. I gotta put myself limits. Otherwise I will just keep trying for forever. Is that bomb gonna disappear? No. That's an interesting metal chain on 12. This is the same asshole that killed me 2 runs ago. Didn't happen here, at least. But unless you get a very high bonus once you reach a specific amount of medals, doesn't seem like having an active metal chain makes that much of a difference, because the score that I have here is probably the same score that I would have even without the chain. So unless once you reach 100 it gets like exponentially crazy, I don't see why you would want to do that. Unless that unlocks the true ending or something, that would be funny. I almost got hit by that. Multiple times, in fact. Pretty funny. I think that the reason why you want to use this thing, actually, contrary to what I said, is because the gauge attack deals more damage. I thought it didn't, but it seems that in multiple bosses now that they clearly die a lot sooner than they did with the other one. I think that's the logical conclusion. Maybe it's also about the regular shot instead, as I was initially saying, but I don't think so. Like when you bomb and kinda takes into account the fact that you got hit by a bullet, but it doesn't matter because you have iframe, so the bullet disappears as if you have gotten hit by it. At the end of the day, maybe it's a combination of both things. Like, it's maybe just more damage all around in the normal shot and in the gauge attack. Probably something more similar to that. At least that guy didn't kill me this time. Look at the right side. I'm not surviving that. A lot of bullets in a row. Here you gotta be very careful with the turret in the middle. It shoots a lot of bullets very quickly, and it's right in the middle, so very easy to just run into it. Well, at least I only had one bomb on stock, but then that sucks. I did press bomb. I just pressed it too late, unfortunately. A little bit too late. It's just a tad bit too late. Oof. That was like the latest bomb that I could have done. Like I used it as late as possible without dying, pretty much. So another thing that I don't like that this game has is that a lot of the patterns, when you beat that phase of the boss, the patterns don't, well, the bullets don't disappear from the screen. They stay there just to fuck you up, you know? Remember when, unfortunately it's after this guy that you get the bomb. I don't think I'm surviving this guy. Oh, I did survive him. Okay. Not bad. Oof, that was close. dangerously close. Oh, we got another boss here at least. This is the first time in the stream that we get a boss that is not the middle one. Very nice. That's about time. Nice, that's enough for the extra life. We're gonna be surviving a little bit more. Nice pattern, dude. That's a very nice pattern you have there. Oh, and those instant lasers are pretty nice too. And not to mention, they are insta lasers and they are also random. Damn, that's crazy. That looks like a boss from Dodonpachi, except worse. Oh, and I also remember these guys with the static lasers. You either want to be in the middle of them or completely away from them. Or dead. That can happen too. I think that was an improvement, right? No, actually it wasn't. The problem is that this score is not enough to be in the top 100. So you don't even exist for the game, basically. Well, that's a shame. Some other day, maybe, but I guess not today. But hey, I got the one I wanted, so I can't complain from the previous game. So hey, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one, and take care.